Hi, my name is Jamie. I live in Saudi Arabia and I have a makeup collection that just keeps getting larger. It did today, so let's talk about it. I also happen to have cat hair all over my face, so that's fun. I have most of my base done, not most of it, but like my base done, and I have eyebrows and I look weird, and that can only mean one thing. It means that we have a palette to try today. If you're new here, hi, thanks for stopping by, and you should consider subscribing because I'm a nice lady. And always feel free to comment and tell me what you think, tell me what you want, tell me what you know. And yeah, here, what I like to do is I like to talk about kind of whatever I want, but mostly indie brands, palettes, collections, things like that. So if you're interested, just boop, subscribe. So the palette that we are getting into today is a new to me brand, and I have been waiting for this palette for a solid minute. Yoda, do not come over here. I am busy. He's fine. He's going away. So I have been waiting for this palette from Salem Cosmetics, and it is called Perfect Happiness. So I thought that this was going to be a good way to introduce myself to the brand. I did not purchase the, I can't remember what it's called, the forest one that's in collaboration with an Instagram creator. And then I also didn't get the Love is Blood palette. I'm just gonna try this one and see if I like the brand, see if I like the eyeshadows, and I'll be now intelligently putting in swatches for later. I am not going to live swatch it right now. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, because I hate swatching things live and I hate editing that video too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a little video now of me having the whole thing swatched, and there you have it. I hate swatching. So I love the concept behind this palette for sure. First of all, Salem Cosmetics is a small brand, and they only really have, I think now, 3 or 4 palettes available, but no big deal. I really like all of the duochrome shades that are featured in this palette. There are 4, I think there's one kind of shimmer, and then the rest are duochrome. Nope, and then there's 3 mattes and 1 satin, I believe. We're gonna get into it anyway, and the concept behind this is, you can't tell me it's not Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the reason you can't tell me that it's not about Buffy the Vampire Slayer is the shade names, such as Soul, Angelus, Claudia, Prom, First Kiss, Sacrifice, Always, Redemption, and Cursed Love. I'm going to talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer because if you watched anything about my April favorites in a couple videos ago, I think that was last Monday that I am going to do that. I'm going to post this on a Monday, so I think my April favorites was last Monday. Yeah, I talked about how much I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and you know what? I'm going to talk about it more, because that is how I'm going to do things here. So let's get into the palette, shall we? I'm going to go too ham in this palette because I have things to do. This shade, Angelus, arrived a little bit fluffed out of the pan a little bit, so I just kind of gently pressed her back down. Well, press him back down. I think what I'm going to do, in the interest of making this video kind of fun, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by using this Beauty Creations Pastel Please color-based primer in the shade Starry. And yeah, this will just kind of kick us off into a good space, I feel. So it looks like this. And, you know, I'm just going to put it on the whole lid. I haven't used these in a while, and it's probably high time that I should. I really like these Beauty Creations color-based primers. Like, quality-wise, I think they are just as good as, for instance, like the P. Louise ones, and they are way less expensive. Does anyone know what's happening with Beauty Creations lately? I've never tried a palette. I've never tried a palette from Beauty Creations. Does anyone know what they're doing? They're always neutral, and I'm not into that. And they just kind of look not that good to me. In case you're wondering, I'm trying also this Anastasia Luminous Foundation for the first time. It is incredibly yellow. I have 210N, which one would think would be fine, but no, it's very, very yellow. So I used the Huda Beauty Luminous Matte concealer to kind of lighten it up, and that seems to have worked, but Holy moly. I am going to go into Always, this darkest blue. I'm going to put that down on my outer corner. This may end up being kind of a simple look, but I honestly don't want to A, look crazy, and B, like, do a crazy look this time. I'm going into the shade, let me check. I guess I could just look. I hope it's, I think it's Clouda. I'm so spatially stupid. Yep, Clouda. Okay. Shall I talk about Buffy and Angel? I think I do. So, first of all, as you may know, I frickin' love Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I haven't seen anybody else use it as like a concept source material. And it's like the shade names are directly related to the show and like themes within the show. But like I know the art doesn't really look like Buffy or Angel. However, I really wanted to like the Love is Blood palette color story quite a bit more because that is in direct reference to Spike, and I'm a Spike girl. If you know, you know. Well, I'll explain it to you so you do know. Yeah, so there are two notable love interests in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series, and Buffy does end up having like kind of your average Joe, but he doesn't actually end up being an average Joe boyfriend. But her two like most notable love interests that are fun to look at are Spike and Angel. And Angel is like this boring, tortured soul character that they messed the writing up for a few years. And then Spike is a very passionate, love-driven vampire. And the two are very good character foils of each other. So, to ask if I am Team Angel or Team Spike, Team Spike. It's obvious. It's obvious. Also, if you've ever seen like the first couple episodes of Buffy, they wrote the character of Angel wrong, and they should have continued with how they were writing him, but instead they wrote him as this like tortured soul guy. What? Who cares? So all of the shade names relate to these themes, and Angel is a vampire with a soul. Spike later has a soul, but he doesn't get that until the end of season 6. So he goes through the series being the bad boy, and Angel has always had this like sort of character arc. Redemption. And kill people. I mean, that's not good, but still. Then Angelus is his like dark nature, or the demon incarnate when he loses his soul. So he goes from being Angel and souled versus Angelus without a soul. Angelus is the scary one. But yeah, I will admit, like the first season or so, Angel is kind of hot, and I'm like, yeah, cool. But I get so tired of this like heavy-browed like acting that David Boreanaz does. And to be fair, I haven't ever finished Angel. I can't get into it because I just don't care. And also, if you've ever seen in Angel the episode I Will Remember You, I cry. I die, I cry, I don't want to see that. And you know, if you don't want Buffy and Angel together, don't make an episode like that. It just hurts. It just hurts me. And yeah. I know Sarah Michelle Gellar would prefer that Angel and Buffy end up together, but I'm pretty meh on Angel, I gotta say. I will make that clear. However, the color story for this palette is much better to me. I'm looking at the Love is Blood palette because, you know what? You know what? I have tons of freaking cat hair on my face. Ugh. How can I deny myself that pleasure? But yeah, good on ya, Salem Cosmetics, for finally being the person to make this type of palette, like based on this, because I've never seen anybody else do it, and frankly, I had to have it. I had to. It was coming home with me. There was just no other way. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to kind of lighten up a little bit with a lighter primer so that I can use some shimmers. So the two mattes went down pretty well. I'm not floored yet by them, but I wouldn't be surprised if the shimmers are going to knock my socks off. The shimmers and the duochromes. You know me. I love a duochrome. That's more where my heart is. Well, no, that's not true. I like a good matte. I don't know what I'm saying. So I've talked about Sol Angeles Clauda. He gives Buffy a Clauda ring because it's a symbol of his people from before the time when he turned. I don't know. I think every Mormon girl I ever grew up with has a Clauda ring. I don't know. Prom. I mean, I think prom is the last time Angel and Buffy are together as a couple. Whoa, these shimmers are super soft. Ooh, okay. I'm going into the shade prom. No. Prom. I am going into prom. And yeah, Buffy in high school, she dates Angel through high school. Buffy struggles through high school to be the Slayer and also have a normal life. So that is gorgeous. Yoda, I don't need your help right now. I love you. Yoda, baby, I don't need help. My cat is flirting to come up. He's in my lap earlier. But yeah, these shimmers and duochromes are very soft, very wet. They're kind of delicious, honestly. Look at that beautiful blue. I don't even like blue. I kind of like blue lately though. I'm going to go into Angelus. This was the shade that came a little fluffed out of the pan, so I'm a little worried. But they're so soft that you can almost press them back in. I'm being a little conservative with them, I gotta admit. Yeah, so prom. And yeah, so we follow Buffy and she's in high school, and then the series Angel picks up when Buffy graduates from high school. And I've heard Joss Whedon say, also Joss Whedon is trash, I know. I've heard Joss Whedon say that Buffy is about dealing with your demons in adolescence, and Angel is about becoming an adult and kind of like seeing it through a little bit more. Next, the middle shade is First Kiss. I'm pretty sure Angel is Buffy's first kiss, but also I think he turns into a vampire when they first kiss too. So, no, he doesn't turn into a vampire, but he shows that he's a vampire during their first kiss. Sacrifice is the next shade. So Sacrifice, I believe, is this shade here. Not to give spoilers if you haven't seen the series, but essentially Buffy has to sacrifice Angel in order to save the world. And that's a running theme throughout their relationship, that they have to sacrifice their relationship and their feelings in order for the greater good. So, yeah. I understand how people would find that compelling to watch on screen, but I'm just not that interested in, particularly David Boreanaz. The first couple seasons of Buffy, he can't act his way out of a paper sack. And they should have given him a character that was a little bit sassy and a little bit, like, clap backy because he can play that. Like, he shows later in Angel that he does have some ability to act. He was kind of not my thing there for a minute. I just went into Soul, which is a beautiful duochrome color. And yeah, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to go back in and I'm just going to fill in my lower lash line while I talk about the shades because I'm a nerd. Always, I think, is pretty self-explanatory. Honestly, Buffy never really truly gets over Angel. Angel makes an appearance in, I think, even the last episode of the series. And she even kind of tells him, like, yeah, I may not be ready for a relationship now, but, like, yeah, still I'm super into you. Which is bums for Spike. I'm going back into, did I say this? Yeah, I'm in Always right now. Redemption. And yeah, redemption for Angel specifically is really a huge part of his character arc. Again, I find that kind of tired myself. I do not find this color story tired, though. This is very beautiful. I'm bagging on Angel, but it's a palette about Angel, okay? Last one, Cursed Love. Okay, so they have a little problem in that the reason that Angel loses his soul is by having some adult playtime with Buffy. So yeah, they cannot have their alone adult playtime, and if you ever watch I Will Remember You, this is also something that makes it totally heartbreaking. Yeah, they can't do that without Angel losing his soul. And it is in fact exclusive to Buffy, which, like, in writing is like, but in reality is like, dumb. Why? Was it that good? I don't know. Anyway, that's probably too far. But I don't know. I'm kind of cynical, obviously, when it comes to this particular relationship. So yeah, in essence, I hope I haven't spoiled Buffy for you, but it is one of my favorite shows, as you can tell. I literally just finished it for the billionth time. And, oops. That's kind of another point about this palette. I'm going to go into, I think, Redemption, which is this color, Redemption. It's given me an opportunity to engage in source material in a different way that I kind of find fun. So, like, you know, it's also kind of a unique palette within my collection. I don't think I have something quite like this. I mean, I have blue duochromes, I guess, but not exactly like this. So I'm going to finish off my makeup and I'm going to show you the finished look. One moment, I'll be right back. Here's my finished look. I am quite pleased with it, actually. I think it turned out kind of even better than I thought it would, which is interesting. So I'm not even going to lie. First of all, I'm not going to lie, I forgot to put on mascara. But I'm not going to lie, blue is not always my favorite color to work with. And it's a color thing, it's my skin tone thing, it's a, like, quality of the eyeshadow thing. Like, it's all of these things combined. The mattes, I think I took a little bit of extra time blending, but honestly, where blue is a little bit difficult to formulate, I'm not mad about it, and it's fine. It turned out fine. I did have that blue base on, so that may help kind of conceal some of the, like, issues with blendability, so I'll have to keep trying it. But as of right now, I think it's fine. And honestly, we got this palette for the shimmers and for the source material. But I really like this palette. As goes blue palettes, this is certainly my new favorite. I kind of dig it. I think it's pretty great. And like I said, I'm interested in what comes from the brand next. Let me know what you think of me getting the Love is Blood corresponding palette so then I can geek out about Buffy the Vampire Slayer a little bit more, because I would love to. I am offering that up on a silver platter. I will do that. It'll cost me a lot in shipping, but I will do it. So let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see me discuss more Buffy the Vampire Slayer things in conjunction with the Love is Blood palette. And yeah, I'm interested in the brand in general. Thank you for watching this quick little video. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you next time. Bye!